Hey everyone. I know sometimes it can be scary when God calls us to do something and we're thinking, how are we going to do this? Like, how is this all going to work out? As we start this series on the life of Elijah, we're going to see how this prophet named Elijah, who God used to do so many awesome, miraculous things, was a man who was just like us. And we talked a little bit of it yesterday, but he goes to the story when they open him in 1 Kings chapter 17. He was called to do something, but after he was called to do something, God also made the way and provided for him to do it. Okay, there's all saying, if God had called us to do something, he'll see us through it. And God had called him in verse 17 to go speak to the king of Ahab. And the king of Ahab, the people in that time, they were committing adultery. They're worshiping this Baal, and they think, okay, well, Baal is the god of rain. Baal is the god of fertility, so we need him to help us. And God's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's not in control. I'm in control. I can tell the rain when to stop. I can tell the rain when to come. And matter of fact, you want to have babies and multiply and everything? I can do that too. Look at Genesis. Look at all these stories. And so he starts off in verse 17. He says, now Elijah the Tishbite of Tishbe in Gilead said to Ahab, as the Lord, the God of Israel lives, he's showing who God really is. He said, before him who I stand, who is alive and here right now, he says, there shall be neither dew nor rain these years except by my word. And he's talking about God's word. Okay, he's saying this is what's going to happen. And that's what happened. For 3.5 years, there was no rain, no dew. So everybody could see who the God Elijah was talking about was really the God who can do this. And then, to prove it even more, later on, we can see that when he said, hey, let the rain come back, when God said, okay, I'm going to bring back the rain, guess what happened? The rain came back. Here's the thing. God has called us to do something. We think, well, how? I know that's what you want me to do, God, but how are you going to provide for me? And we forget how sovereign he is, how he can make things happen. And it says, in verses 4, it says, you shall drink from the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed you there. I have commanded the ravens. And then it goes on, in verse 6 says, and the ravens brought him bread and meat in the morning, and bread and meat in the evening, and he drank from the brook. So not only did God call him to something, he provided the nourishment, not breakfast and dinner, and water to survive. God knows what you need. When God calls you to do something, he knows what you need. He knows the resources that you need. He knows the things that you need to get through and get the job done. And all that stuff he'll provide because he's God and sovereign. So the next time God calls you to do something, even it might be like scary, like going against somebody and talking to somebody that you don't want to talk to, or how am I going to do this, God, and how are you going to provide for me? Just trust in his word because he's sovereign. All right, family, you guys have a blessed day.